Death penalty offers a tragic illusion that we can teach killing is wrong by killing, said Archbishop of Washington in denial of the law. Good morning, YouTube watchers. Today we're going to ask all of us here to notice the greatest denial of human rights, capital punishment, or commonly known as death penalty. Death penalty is the premeditated act of taking others' life by government in response to a crime committed by a convicted person. As everything in this world, death penalty has good sides and bad sides. This death penalty law has been controversial for centuries, and as history unfolds, in 2008 only, China has practiced this law on 1,718 people. What are the reasons human beings practice this law so much over the centuries and let the number increase this much?
One of the reasons that people around the world up until today keep practicing death penalty is because death penalty is believed to decrease the crime rate. Death penalty is used to terrorize the criminals so the criminals won't risk their lives by doing such petty things. That is why the government practices death penalty in hope to threaten those who are about to commit a crime, so they hopefully will stop before losing their life.
If we assess it objectively, death penalty is actually a crime of emotion. Nowadays, people are obsessed with the belief of eye for an eye justice. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and life for a life. Have you ever heard of this phrase? This phrase is based on vengeance. Because as some serial killers killed so many lives, the punishment that they deserve is death as well as the victims. And somehow the death of the criminals gives easiness to the family's next of kin. Because death penalty is believed to be the most severe punishment of all, even compared to lifetime prison. Because death is the end of everything, and no one in this world would want to lose everything one has.
Another reason why the death penalty is practiced is because the government don't want to risk others' lives and others' safety by letting a psychopath live. Even though that psychopath is trapped in a very guarded prison, but if one day they were able to get out of jail, the terror that will haunt the town will simply be unimaginable. So, rather than risking a threat for others, the easiest way to prevent the threat is to kill the psychopath itself.
However, on the other hand, isn't death penalty is just a crime taking other people's lives as well? It's the most severe denial of human rights. Because we human beings don't have right to take others' lives. The justification that killing is wrong by killing should not be practiced among citizens. Two wrongs don't make one right. By keep on killing, the justice that everyone thinks will never be there. And by taking others' lives, we are just playing God. As God is the only one who has the right to take other people, who create life and take other people's lives. Who are we to have the right to play God's role as well?
Now, let's see it from the criminal's point of view. No one alive may know which is more severe, a death penalty or a lifetime in prison. However, doesn't every human being in this world, even the worst of humanity, deserves a second chance? By giving a sentence in lifetime instead of giving a death penalty, it means we try to be forgivable it means we try to be forgiving for those who need to be forgiven. Because every single person, even the patrons, make mistakes. That is why it is a good thing if humans can forgive each other, remembering that no one on earth is completely free from sin. And during their criminal serpent time in prison, Who knows if one day they can actually feel remorse, grief, and they can actually realize that what they have done is such a big and terrible mistake. And the guilty pressure can actually haunt or even torture themselves. Besides, how about the criminal's family? Even though one person may be a criminal to the world, but one criminal may be the world to one person. That is why that death penalty will do nothing but adding more victims to one crime that has been committed. By practicing a death penalty on a criminal, we're actually doing another crime to even more victims, to the crime himself, and to his family, and to the people who actually loved him.
How can we let the practice of taking life be conducted so easily? Every person, even the worst of humanity, has the right to live their lives to the fullest, without any interruptions, even from the law. Many countries have tried to stop the practice of death penalty all over the world, such as Croatia, Paris, Vatican, and many more. These countries will not let the practice of death penalty be conducted on their country because they believe death penalty is just a crime itself and it only brings more victims on the other side.
In conclusion, the death sentence may be a law for centuries ago, but let's not make the same mistake as they did, which is not appreciating what they call human rights by taking others' lives. We have been fighting for human rights to be approved by the whole world for centuries, but now when we actually have it, why on earth should we let it go? Should we let this huge denial of human rights to be practiced on our daily basis? The way we give justice now should be the same like we did hundreds ago. Don't make the same mistake as we did by being humans who didn't even know the meaning of forgiveness and repentance. We have changed, and we should prove our changes on our laws too. These criminals may have killed others, but who do we think we are, and what kind of rights do we have to kill too? Life is so precious, and no one should ever take it away. It's a gift, and every second is blessing. No one should, and no one could ever take it away from you. Thank you.